Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashivasmarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sagana Bhavatu Sagana Punattu Sagaviryan Karabhavahai Tejasvina Vadidamastuma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketa. Good morning. So in the last class of the Kathopanishad in the Prathama Adhyaya, Prathama Valli, we have come to the verse 16. That is about Nachiketa getting his second boon. I won't recap it because we've done it quite a few times. You should know it now, by now. Young Nachiketas has got three boons to ask, and the two he has asked. The first one he asked is to fulfill his obligation to the parents, especially to his father. He said, when I go back to earth with your blessing, O Lord of Death, let my father recognize me. Let him be without anger, without guilt. Let him sleep well, and so on and so forth. And Lord of Death said, so be it. Then Nachiketas, the way he asked the boon, imparting a true knowledge to us, that our duty as sons and daughters is to the parents first, to make them happy, then to the society where we live, because we learn, enjoy life in a context of a community. Therefore, Nachiketas being such a scholar, he doesn't want to give ordinary benefits to society, but something which everybody in the society is internally aspiring for, that is eternal bliss and glory. That is Swarga. Therefore, he asked Lord of Death, not that objective itself, because he knows that very well, that you just cannot say, make everybody go to heaven. That is not possible. But everybody should know how to go to heaven. Because this is a very subtle prayojanam. One has to put an effort on it. Because he is a Vedadhyayani, because he knows attainable things requires prayatnam. But the prayatnam requires proper pramanam and sadhanam. Therefore, he asked Lord of Death, teach me the Agni. Agni means Agni Vidya, the methodology of worship by which one can attain the Swarga. And Lord of Death said, absolutely, I will teach you. Then what did he do? In the next verse, in verse 15, we saw Raja told him that Agni Vidya. Unfortunately, we didn't know that in the Upanishad. Upanishad basically, Veda quotes that Lokadim Agnim Tamuvacha Tasmai Ya Ishtaka Yavadriva Yadava Yama Vacha. Yama told him, Lokatim Agnim Tam Uvacha Tasmai Tam Uvacha. To Nachiketa, Lord of Death imparted Lokatim Agnim. Loka Adi Agnim. That which makes all the worlds. That Agni, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, we talked about it. So about that, he gave the method of reaching him through Agni Vidya. And what did he, how did he impart the knowledge? The Vedas gives general views. Ya Ishtaka. Ishtaka means the brick. Ya Ishtaka. What kind of brick you need? Yavadirva. Yatava. Yavadirva means how many bricks you need. Yatava. How do you want to make it? So a lot of geometry about the rituals has been imported. So what is the Upanishad saying? It is quoting that it has happened. The Lord of Death has imparted the knowledge to him. Because Upanishad is concerned about the Vedanta, the Karma counterpart, it just indicates. But we already thought that. Karma counterparts, important steps. Vedanta is not ignoring it, but it does not dwell on that because in Vedanta's parlance, this is an elementary education. But Vedas do talk about that. Like what Veda has told about the Yajna, great acharyas like Bodhayana, Avastamba, they written as sutras, Shilpa Sutras. Okay, all that we don't need to know. So then what did Nachiketa did? Sachapi tat pratyavadat yatoktam yat uktam. However, the Lord of Death imparted the knowledge, Saha Chabi. So he also repeated. He repeated verbatim. You see, in the Shravanam, that's what is important. So the teacher teaches, you recite it, get a grahanam, and repeat it, and re-echoes back. And you know, if the teacher is talking, saying for 10 minutes, you grasp everything and then you repeat it back without mistake for 10 minutes, he'll be pleased because you absorbed it. But even the first line, if you can't say it, that means you are not getting that grahanam. So he's a good boy. He has done it that. Therefore, atasya mrityu. What he said? Punarevaga dushta. Dushta here means delighted, not dushta, tushta. So tushta, the delighted mrityu, the yama. What did he do? Punarevaga. Punareva aha. Aha means say. He said again. What did he say? When we saw in the last class. It said, Tamabravi Priyamano Mahatma Varam Tavekhatya Tathami Bhuyaga. So, this is we saw in last class. Priyamanaha Mahatma. So, here the Yamadharma Raja was told as a Mahatma. Mahatma is the one who has got a very big heart. Here, Atma is not the Vedantic Atma. Atma here means the heart, the mind. Mahatma means one who's got a big mind. If I am only interested in my child, my children, my wife, I got a limited mind. Alpatma, alpa mind. But if I take the community in my heart, slightly bigger. I take the whole universe in my heart. I'm a Mahatma. Mahatma is one who has got uh, a bhavam towards everything with priyam, with hitam. And therefore, you will not have envy or jealous. Yeah, that's the true lakshanam of the guru. So what Lord Yama said, I am a Mahatma. He's not saying that. I mean, we are saying he's a Mahatma. He's imparting the knowledge to Nachiketas because he's an excellent boon. And then he said, because I'm so pleased, I'm going to give you additional boon. This boon is not one of your three boons that you asked for. This is I'm giving intentionally. What is that? Taveva namna bhavadeva. Yam Agni. This Agni will be called with your name. And like a Hubble telescope, Hubble's name is there in the telescope because it's a tribute to him. So this Agni will be called your Agni, Nachiketa Agni. And he removed a wonderful diamond necklace. Shrinakam che imam, Aneko Rupam Grahana. Please take this. He gives a mala to him with a lot of gems on it. It's kind of love. Of course, Bhashyakara interpret that as a Ratnami mala, also as it's just not a physical mala. It is the orchestration of many, many rituals, karmas that are so beautifully entwined that you take it as you in good faith and you do it. In other words, Lord Yamadharmaraja is not just teaching karma. He is teaching, no, not teaching jnana, but also karma. Karma upasana samuchaya. It just reinforces the point that karmas are equally important. So he did that. Then he said the next one. Nachiketas Tibreta Santim Trikarma Krit Taradi Janma Mrityu. Mrityu. Brahmajajnam Devamityam Viditva Nichaye Mam Shanti Atyandam Yeti. This is what I think we started last class, I think. Trinachiketas, Nachiketa. Nachiketas, here Nachiketas and Nachiketa Agni. Three Nachiketas. Three means three times. So three, number three, right? So Nachiketas, that means one who has done the Nachiketa Agni Yagyam three times. Then Tribihi Etya. How is it? Tribihi means also with three people or three context. Sandhim Etya. Sandhi means well positioned. Etya means positioned. Well positioned at three people. Trikarma Krit. Having done three karmas. See here what is happening. Veda intervenes and giving a condition for this, because why the condition comes in, the do's and don'ts comes only in life where you need to really, so you do the three time Nachiketas Agni, you be well positioned with the three context, and you do three karma. This is the do's and don'ts, niyama of doing this. See, the do and don't, these two verbs, instructions come to us when you have to do something to attain something. They want to do exam study, do this question. Don't do this question. Do this study. Do eat this one for healthy food. Don't eat that one. Because anything you want to attain, and there's a desire to attain, an icha is there to attain, then there are niyamas. The niyamas will say do and don't. But to have a knowledge, there is nothing there. So karma is always with niyam. Here he is teaching karma, therefore he is giving these rules. Now, what is the three Nachiketas? We will read it, know about a little bit more, but here we take it as 3 times doing the Nachiketa Yajna. How to do it, why 3 times, we will explore in a minute. And then you have to be well positioned with 3 people. Mashakara says you be well positioned with a mother. Matru Devo Bhava. He saw in the last one, Aditi Devo Bhava. That's where the Yama started. In Kathopanishad, we talked about the Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Aditi Devo Bhava. He had to treat 4 people in a great divine context. So, okay, sorry about the disturbance. So, Aditi Devo Bhava, we saw in the early part of the Upanishad, where Yamadharmaraja realized he did not treat him well. So, we know the importance of that. Here is the other 3. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. So, you cannot do any such rituals if you are not happy with your mother, if you're not being in a good relationship with the mother. The love should be there, affection should be there, a good contact should be there with mother, father, and the teacher. No, you cannot. No, you cannot go come and do a great yajna when you're not feeding your mother, or you get a fight with the mother, or with the father, or with the teacher. It has no value. So the fundamental should be right. This is an important insight to learn that if you're not making your parents happy, your teacher happy, the rituals have no meaning. It just fall apart. So how do I make my mother happy or father happy? That's a difficult task, right? Because the young is okay, but as you grow older, your father is also getting older, and believe me, no father will understand the son or a daughter, and vice versa. It's because there's generation gap. Yeah, when you see a thing, the father and the son, father is one generation behind. His perspectives are different. So you cannot see eye to eye. But the point is, irrespective of all that, you have a cordial, loving relationship with the father, with the mother. No. You may have a question, okay, I'm loving my mother, I'm loving my father. They don't love me. Okay. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. All are human beings, not all mothers are all the time loving the children. They may have their own perspective. They may not reciprocate the love. So in that case, if I am doing this Nachiketa Yajna, I try my best to love and respect my parents, but it is not reciprocated. So that means I may get disqualified. That is why Acharya is there. Here there is you need to understand the significance of Acharya. Tumeva Mata, Tumeva Pita. Everything is Guru is the Mata and Pita because Guru cannot really show lack of love to his session. He may be stern about his teaching, but he loves more than the father and the mother. The only reason for that is that in the mother's and father's case, there is an inbuilt expectation that children will take care of them. Because you love, you show priyam, you feed them, you educate them, you give them money. They grow on your expenses and then they toss the hat. They just kick you out. Right? The expectation comes in. Even as a good son, he's doing everything he can do because you build up such an expectation in your time. It is not reciprocated. So you still love your child, but you have this anguish. There's an anguish, it's a klesham that cannot come out on the child as a true love. Because there is a kamya is there. But a good teacher is not that. He has no expectation from him. The only expectation, if it is, the Risharinam is that you go and preach and live with this, experience it. So you have to really ensure. Of course, I'm not saying therefore you skip the parents. You do everything you need to do for the parents, but do that with the teacher. And you can take refuge in a teacher, which you can't. Teacher could be a great mitra. He's a friend. He's a father, mother, guide. You can confide to him. You can expose your weaknesses to him, all kinds of weaknesses to him, because he is going to guide you. So you must have this relationship well built. That's what he says. Then trikarma krit. This is straightforward. You must do with three karmas that you have. Here we're talking about the yajnam, right? Fire yajnam. According to Vedas, the fire yajnam is only acceptable to grihasthas. Except Samhita brahmacharis are no fire yajnam. Sannyasis cannot do the fire yajnam. There's a reason for that. Only grihasthas can do it. If you're a grihastha, there's a grihastha ashram, there are prescribed duties, and that falls into three categories. What are they? Yajnam, dhanam, tap. Or you can say yajnam, adhyayanam, tapas. Yajnam is what we talked about it. All your sandhyavandanams and agnihotrams, whatever you are supposed to do. Dhanam as a part of the yajnam, adhyayanam or reciting it, and tapas. Which means if I am doing my duty to my parents, my teachers, and gain their respect, I am doing my nitya karma pranashnam, nitya naimitika karmas I do properly, because I'm still in a family life. And then if I do the Nachiketas Agni 3 times, so this is the conditions of the first part, the ritualistic part of it. Okay. See, we thought going to Swarga is just straightforward, easy, right? Now you see, when you come to the conditions of it, it makes it difficult to do it. But we can do it. And we can even elude this by going to Vedanta once you get the purity of the mind. Okay. Then he says, Brahmajajnam Devam Idhyam Viditva Nichaye Mam Shantin Adhyantameti. Okay. You're doing all these karmas. Kathopanishad is all about karma, upasana, samuchayam. You must do karma and upasana. Upasana is contemplating on the meaning of it. Right now, what you're doing is upasana in a way. If you take what I'm saying into your heart and contemplate in your mind, it's upasana. So here, upasana, who do you do the upasana on? Brahmaja, Brahmaja, Brahmajagyam. So Brahmaja, ja means Janma. Pangajam. Panga means mud. Pangaja. What is born out of the mud is a Pangajam, lotus. Like that. Ambujam comes out of the water. Here, Brahmaja. So Lord Brahma what came out of it, or the Brahman, you can say, what comes of it. And then Brahma Jajnam. The nya suffix is Nyayam, Jnanam, one who knows everything. So here it says, what came out of the Brahman as the first, knowing all this. So knowing means it's Chaitanyam, Chetanam, sentient being. That means it is Sukshmam. So therefore it is Hiranyagarbha. So from the Hiranyagarbham, what came out? Devam Idhyam. This Devam. What is this Devam? This Virat, the Sthulam. So Suksham gives birth to Sthulam. Karanam, Karana Sariram, or Karmas. Sukshma Sariram, or Antakarnam. Sthula Sariram, our body. Right? So same way, here we're talking about Parabrahmam, Ishvara. Ishvara is a Karanam. Hiranyagarbham, Virat. So the Virat is the cosmic. Viratam is the Virat Purusha is the one who is Bhagavan showed in the Vishnurupa Darshan. That's a Sthulam. So all the cosmos that you see, Sthulam means that you can objectify it, you can approach it, you can perceive it with your senses in a way. Whereas Sukshma is very subtle. So here it says the Hiranyagarbha Upasana, by worshipping the Devam Idhyam Viditva. Idhyam means worship worthy. Devam Idhyam means one who is respectful. Who is that? This Devam. Which Devam? Virat Purusha. So the Hiranyagarbha, his son is or his coming out of his Virat Purusha, this cosmic form, which is worship worthy, viditva, by worshipping on him, by knowing him. So what it means is that when I do all these rituals, when I do all these prayers, I have in my heart of heart an upasana. Upasana means what? Upasana, the highest seat closer to the God. What do? You bring that God, which is the Virat form, the cosmic form. The Sukshma is the Hiranyagarbha form, or the Lord Ishvara. Simply you can say Ishvara. I do Ishvara Upasana, that means you become closer to the Ishvara. So it doesn't matter whether you do Chandi Homa or anything. You see, all these Pauranika Homas become very popular these days, right? You do Chandi Homa, Ganapati Homa. Ganapati Homa is in the Vedas. Other things you do. But Shaudha Homas are, which are giving in the Vedas, is only for Agni, Vayu, and Ishvara, Virat and Hiranyagarbha. Pratyaksha. So, even any god you worship, it is Ishvara, finally. So, you think that in your heart. And when you do that, Nichaye Mam Shantim Adyantam. Adyantam. Shantim Adyantam means it's a endless peace you will have it. When Nichaya. Nichaya means worshipping on him. So in the 17th, therefore, Veda is giving a rule that when you do the Nachiketa Yajnam, or in our case, any ritual you do, you make sure that you do as many times it is prescribed. You will see why it is 3 times. We need to be very comfortable with our parents or the teacher. Their blessing is needed. So when you do the puja, first you do the prarthana to the elderly people. Or when you do a physical one, you go with the coconut and do namaskaram to everybody else. Their blessing is needed. Then you do your Trikar without doing Sandhyavandanam. If you do puja, the puja has no prayojan. So you must do what is your Trikarma. If you do everything else, what is happening? Aradi Janma Mrityu. You cross the Janma Mrityu, the birth death. So prayojanam is given there. Okay. Okay, we saw this one now. Now, how is this prayojanam is explained is given in the next verse. What is the next verse is saying? Nachiketas premedat viditva ya evam vidava shnute Nachiketa. Saha Vrittibhashan Puradaha Pronodhya Shokatito Motate Targaloke. Having given the rules, the Vedas is telling the prayojanam of is wonderful Nachiketa Sakyam. What is he saying? Trinachiketas, three types of, okay, we talk about three types of thing. I will just give you a sample of it. We don't need to really go dwell deeper into this. You know, in Swarga is somewhere, right? Park the Vedanta for a while. We have a physical place, there are physical places which we can see, prove scientifically. There are different worlds exist. And I don't know whether they are livable for us or not, but the worlds exist. Assuming they are there, Swarga should be somewhere beautifully poised, and there it is. So we must understand the cosmological part of this whole universe. And Vedas give you this in so many coded form. So does the Puranas. So what I would say, if you take the say Vishnu Sahasranam, if you say what you say, Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro. That's how the Vishnu Sahasranam started. Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro. It goes on like this. That one phrase itself we can talk about for a day. Vishnu, Vishwam, the world, Vishnu, that is pervaded, Vashatkaraha. The Vashat Shabdam is used in the Vedas. If you listen to the Veda mantras and they do the Purnagudi, they'll be Vashat, they will say, and then they do some Argyam. Vashat means by the command of, by the order of. It's also meaning. Vashatkaraka means that one who draws everything. So, Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaraka. Vishwam, the universe. Vishnu, all pervaded. Vashatkaraka, under the command, grasped, gravitated within. So, he is pervading everything, is indwelling everything, this Vishnu, but he is in control of it. He controls everything else. So in the Purumivamsika, this world that is come out, from the Hiranyagarbha, the worlds come and created so many things, and Devas are living somewhere, and Swarga, sun is there, Brahmalokan is there, and this lokas we need to go. It is defined as Vashatkara Mandalam. The Mandalam is a constellation. The Vashatkara Mandalam is the created universes which are encapsulated in sort of a geometry. There are 33 layers of them. In these 33 layers, the 17th layer. So if you take a layer, okay, what do you mean layer here? Agni Vidya is what we are talking about. We know that Lokadim Agnim, everything is come from the Agni. So I am an Agni, you are an Agni. My every expression that comes out is an Agni. What I'm eating is consumed by Agni. So the Agni has got an influence, like a radiated influence around the area. So I have an influence around me. If I take the if I take the earth as a center, for example, so number one I say is an earth. So earth is a cosmic power. So as a Virat Purusha, there is an Agni there. So it influences. It radiates around it. So when it radiates around, you draw a circle around it. So there's a fire, I can say the fire goes up to here, this circle. So that length, the concentric circle I have is called Aharganas. There are 33 Aharganas defined. It means the more the fire expands, your reach of your influence goes in many circles. Please take all this to give you some idea. It's for imagining, for bhavas, okay? I'm not going to go into the merits of it because I'm not qualified to tell you that. But it is good enough to know what I'm saying to understand this mantra. So if you put those concentric circles and where I am sitting, the 17th layer is called Nachiketa Swarga. That means if I am in that domain of existence, I will enter the Swarga which Nachiketa has been granted, or the Nachiketa's father was looking for it. To do that, what I have to do, I have to do the Nachiketa again once. I'm trying to unravel the three Nachiketas, 3 times doing it. To do the one time you do it, how to do it? The conditions I already told you. Conditions of your three karmas and taking care of everything else and following the rituals, the number of bricks and all that which you learned. And you do the karma and you do the upasana on the Hiranyagarbha. And if you do that well, once you are able to reach that Swarga of Nachiketa. This is the Agni's influence. If you are able to do it twice, the Agni can actually take you up to the 21st level. Okay? The 21st level is a level where the sun is there. So if you imagine all of concentric circles, the 21st circle when you go, it is and the sun is there. Sun is the Pita for us. So you can reach the Surya Mandala. You remember in Isha Upanishad we said when the jiva goes away and if you do all this in a karma, all the verse 14, 15, 16, Isha Upanishad, go back and check it. So he talks about, please give me way, open the door. I'm entering the Surya Mandala. This is what it is. So you do that, the sun opens, you pass through the sun. Of course, you passed through before Agni, Vayu, and sun. You go there. So that's for this. This is called a Saura Vidyut, reaching the Surya's place. If you want to go beyond that, you need to now do a third one, third Nachiketa Agni. Now, once you reach these 17 levels, or when you do the third level, you are already moving from Agni to Soma. Remember what is Agni, what is Soma? Agni is the Ishvara Jyoti. Soma is the Ishvara essence, which cools, one heats up, one cools. One lights up, one covers. One consumes, one is being consumed. One is Shivam, one is Shakti. You remember that? But the Soma is eternally existing. So the Agni Vidya turns into Soma Vidya. So it becomes Soma. So when you do the third Nachiketa Agni, you can go up to the 24 layers. The 24 layer that is called Deva Swarga. So from 17th is the entry to the Swarga, Nachiketa Swarga, first one. Then 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All this, see that now I'm alluding to the gradation of the Swargas. There are also gradations called Deva Swarga. And then it is Soma. Devas are drinking Soma Bhadam. It's not an actual liquor they drink because they are doing the Soma Yagyas. They pass through the Agnesh, they want Soma Yagyas. How do they achieve it? By doing the three Nachiketas action. Now, this 24 is called a Soma Vidya. Can I do beyond that? Yes, you can do that. And if you do this Nachiketa 3 times, you are surpassing this and moving towards the Brahma Lokam in 33. So that means, what's the difference between these Swargas? Depending on your punyas, they give you immortality by a timeline. All these things, because you see, I put a circle there to show it is bounded. Shine punye madhyaloke bhuvanti. And the punya reduces, you come down to the earth. Your lifespan is longer in comparison to the lower world, but it ends. The Yama will die one day. There'll be some other Yama will come. And Vedas talks about different Manvantras, different Brahma. Brahmadeva will go like that. But this goes on this. So if you want to pass through that one, even that, then something else you need to know. This is what Nachiketa is going to ask for it. So all this is all influencing of Nachiketa Agni. So here he says, Trinachiketas Tremetat Viditva. That means one who has done this Nachiketa fire 3 times. Actually, you should read this 3 Nachiketas fire 3 times. How? Knowing these three very well. If you do karman, you do with the bricks. What kind of bricks, how to do it. Upasana means you think of Hiranyagarbha, Virat. You do all these things. So if you do accordingly, evam chinude, whoever does it, this Nachiketam, he, saha, mrityupashat. Mrityupasham. Pasham means the rope. The Lord Dharma always have a rope, right? So, mrityupashat pranodaya purataka. He is a purataka. He is the one before the death comes in, he gets relieved. How can he get relieved before this death comes? It means here the death means not the act of dying, but the fear of death. Because you're afraid of death. See, now we are slowly moving into the heart of this Upanishad. This Upanishad is all about the truth, aka death. So here he says, if you do these rituals 3 times as prescribed with Vedas, you will get relieved from the Mrityu Pasham. Mrityu Bhayam. You become Mrityunjaya. Yeah, I won't die. No, I would die. The death is just a transformation of this body. But I know I am not being removed, I'm not being lost. And why I'm not then worried about my death? Because I know transcending the grief, soka digo, swargaloke, modate. Because I know, having done the Nachiketas Yagyam, when the body goes down, I am going to go to the Swarga. I will have a different body. Because this is a promise I have been given. So this is the Prayojanam that the Veda says. Okay. Now, next one. Eshate Agni Nachiketa Yamam Vranita Dvidiyena Varena. Etam Agnim Tavaiva Pravashanti Janasa. Trutiyam Varam Nachiketo Varinishva. Trutiyam Varam. Oh, Nachiketo. Now ask the third boon that you wanted to ask. Why? Because that Agni, Swargyam Agni, that fire of the heaven, Nachiketa, which you have opted as a second boon, I have given to you. And I also told you that fire that I have given to you will be known in the world as Nachiketa Agni. So you will be always living as a Chiranjeevi. So your name will be there. So Lord Emma is so happy because two boons he asked for it. Presto, I gave it to you. Now give me the third one. Ask the third one. Because you want to discharge his obligation. If he doesn't do the third, if Nachiketa says, I don't want the third one, Yama will be obligated. Right? This is very important. When you give a word, you must fulfill it. Any word. That's why you have to be very, very careful what you say. So here Nachiketa has been given three boons by Yama. But Yama is begging him, please ask for the next one. Next one. Now we are getting this up to here, up to 19. We have finished an important part. In fact, Bhashyakara um, adds a passage here as a Bhashyam to show a deliberate transition from to interesting part of the Upanishad. What is this Upanishad all about? It's about a question the disciple asks and the teacher expands it. That's why Bhagavad Gita is a Upanishad because it is a question and an answer. Vedanta uses this method of teaching because question manifests the doubts. And if you read about the Bhagavan Ramana's dialogues with his disciples, devotees, Bhagavan never answers questions. He always answers the questioner, not the question. Because what is a question? Question is an expression of thought that the questioner constructs. Thinking, that expression leads to unraveling the doubt or the problem he captures in his mind. So, what the great teachers do is draw the attention of the disciple to relook at the question. Because the question is the student's creation. And the way they do that is that they will talk to you about things, sometimes may not even look the context you asked for, maybe in the context you asked for, don't know. But they will say something which will trigger a different perspective to your original perspective. Then your one question become a little bit outdated for you. Then you will refine the question. So when you refine the question, what is happening is because it's not that you gained a new knowledge, you shed some ignorance. So what is the guru had done? Guru has actually used his response to you to cut down your ignorance, avignya, ajnana nivarti, avidya nivarti. So he brings a little light, the darkness goes away. So here he is going to ask a question about death. So Bhagavan gives in the introductory bhashya to draw your attention that from now on it's going to be slightly a different pace of it. And the reason for that is because this transition happens in our life because we have two different lifestyles. It's not perfectly right what I'm saying. It's two lifestyles. The one will become the other ultimately. For there's only one lifestyle, a life stages maybe. The two life stages. The first life stage has to become a second life stage if you want the life to be completed peacefully. If you are not going to the second life stage, you will have a new janma. So you will keep on taking janmas where your life stage migrate from the first to the second. Then you are in the second life stage for few janmas. At the end of the second life stage, you attain liberation. So if you are talking about liberation, moksha in the classes, what life stage I am in? Most of us are in life stage one, but we are trying to understand the importance and the knowledge of the life stage two. Maybe some of us may jump into this, maybe already jumped into it, or started developing the interest towards it. And what are these two life stages? First is called Pravritti Margam. Margam means a path, I know. Pravritti means growth, prosperity, acquisition. Everything you acquire. As a child, I am born, I acquire safe hands on my mother's breast. I want to drink milk. I grow up, I want to have knowledge. Father helps me, I want teacher helps me. I want houses, I want money. I do dana dharmas, I need to make cash. I give it away, I do a lot of good things. The more if Vedas tell me that I should do dhanam, then I should have resources to do dhanam. So there is, please never feel guilty to charge for your professional careers. Even if you're a priest, you please should charge. So don't we should never, undervalue because somebody is asking for money. Because he has to make his livelihood. He has to do his dhanam. So money is important. Pravritti is important. So this is the life we are leading towards. But we also see there are those Mahatmas, we call them, they're wandering around or sitting in some places, doing paropakaram, not having anything on their own, only for the society's sake, they wear some loin cloth as a kobinam. Otherwise, even then they can give it away. What are they? What is their lifestyle or life stage? It is nivritti mark. See, sometimes when people say Upanishad gives you moksham, only sannyasis can read it, we think that, oh, why am I reading it? I'm not a sannyasi. Or a sannyasi, look at it, he is not doing this. I mean, he is organizing lectures, workshops, making money, corporate lessons. He's not doing that either. So there it is not sannyasi of your costumes or ashram. It is your divine sankalpam that you have taken up nivritti margam. You can be in a family, given up everything else. How can I give up? I'm wearing a shirt. I'm going to have food. Is it nivritti margam? Understand? Giving away is what? If I want to give things, it's very difficult for me to give it away because even to give away, I need a body. So Purna sannyasam is not possible, right? But how about this? You give away the givership. This is what Bhagavan taught to Karna. Karna could not escape this body. He is happy to die. He is a warrior. But his soul is not getting out of his body. The Dharma Devata protecting him because as long as he wants to live, he can live if he wanted to. Bhagavan comes and says, look, Karna, give away your ownership, doership. That is, I am giving. The moment you say, I am giving, the I is gone. There's no power punyas. That is a pure sannyas. Like Janaka was there. So it is absolutely no problem. You can be in a family life or lead a sannyasic life when you are able to detach from the attachments. Like an actor. An actor, when they act on a stage, he acts like a eunuch today. But I know I'm a masculine man, but this role is, I need to be neutral gender. I act like that. He's unattached to it. What Shakespeare said, though, the whole life is a drama stage. So when we are able to do that for an act, unattached, and if you start thinking that life is also an act, you act as a good husband, good father, good son, good mother, good child, unattached. You then what happens when you detach from there, you are able to see what is happening. Sometimes you don't see the point, You shout, you get angry, you get jealous, you get sad. Because you are not seeing that you are sad. You see what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm jumping into the Vedanta right away, but it's interesting to get the context right. If you're able to see, if you're able to see you are angry, you will control the anger. If you're able to see that it is paining, you'll surpass the paining. Just look at the pain. When the leg is paining, just keep looking at the pain. Looking means not with the eyes, with your senses. Suddenly you see the pain become a show. And you just watch it. It doesn't hurt you. This is the observer-observed effect. We miss this, Syrian war or somewhere there's a war, 100 people died, news comes in, you just toss it. It doesn't impact you because you see it. It's a fact. You may do something to stop it, maybe in your political powers, but you're not wounded by it in the heart as if it is wounding your own family because their attachment is there. You're not able to detach it. So, pravritti nivritti margam you need to do. But you can translate the style into a desire that what you are driven in the pravritti margam is towards prayers. Prayers means that give you the bestowing health, wealth, prosperity, swargaloka, everything that will make you feel good. It is prayers. So pravritti margam is about acquisition of prayers. So nivritti margam therefore should mean giving up prayers. That's one way of saying it. But I'll say positively. Positively, Nivritti Margam is acquisition of Shreyas. Can also be acquired. That, that's again another insight here, Desire is bad, we say. But I desire to be one with God. How it can be bad? Then I need to qualify. Oh, desire to get anything for enjoyment is bad. See? Well, I like to have in the bhajan. I want to listen to the songs. It makes me heal. It heals me. Can I not have the desire? Well, I correct it. Desire to have your material pleasures is bad. See, you have to really on your back foot if you outright say desire is bad. Vedas don't say that. But depending on the desire where it goes in, if the desire is for Shreyas, it is not called Asha, it's not called Icha, it's called Shraddha. So when I have Shreyas, when I want Shreyas, I am going for a Sattvic Icha that you need to have. So Shreyas is something which you need to go for. Praise is something which you don't want to have it. So unless you have these differences understood and you start moving towards Shreyas, you will not understand the important question Nachiketa is asking. So what is the question he's asking? Yeyam prete vichikitsa manushe astityeka nayam astiti cha eke. Etate vidyam anusishtastra aham varanam esha varasastutiya. Okay. I think we should understand this. Nachiketa Uvacha, we should take it. Yeyam prete vichikitsa manushya. Yeyam you should take as yad, ya, yeah, ya, yam, ya, yam, ya, yam, vichikitsa. Vichikitsa means doubt, samshaya. This is the kind of a doubt which is itching doubt, but then it goes away. It comes there, itches you, and then goes away. That's kind of vichikitsa, the kind of a doubt, nagging doubt, What is that? It is regarding Manushe Prete. Pretam means death. Here, Prete means dead man. Manushe Prete. There is a nagging doubt. Nachiketa is telling Yama. He's always very clever. He said the context, Before the second boon, he said, hey, I heard about the Swarga, and you are the guy who knows everything about it, so tell me. Right? So here he's saying, I heard there's a doubt exists about the man's death. What's the death? For to some, eke iti ayam asti. For some people, after death, that person exists. Cha eke, with others, iti nasti. The nasti, the nastikas is, astikas are that one, it's not some, no. The definition goes in so many ways. Astika, I mean, they say, who believes in God. That's okay. That's a derived meaning. Or believed in Vedas. That's also okay. But the literal meaning of astika is asti. Asti means existence, not the bone. Asti means existence. If you believe in existence, ever you are an astika. And Vedas believes in existence. Therefore, if you believe in Vedas, you are astika. God always exists. Therefore, if you believe in God, you are astika. That's how you should see. There's, so nobody can be a Nastika if they understand the meaning this way. If they think Nastika is one who refuses some text in the Vedas, some paragraph in the Veda, that is not the real meaning of it. The Nastika is one who does not believe in existence. So after death, sometimes we say, especially in West, we say, oh, he is no more. Somebody is dead, you'll say, he is no more. If you really think about it, no more. A person was there. How can he just collapse? How can he just go away? How can he be not there anymore? It shocks you. It doesn't hold water. So this Nastikavadam is untenable. See, when you say something is not there, you should be able to check everywhere at all times. When you say not there, oh, it is not there, okay, you say, where it is not there? Oh, in the room. Okay, what about the garden? What about the next house? What about the car? Oh, I haven't checked everywhere. How can you say it is not there? Or what about today, tomorrow, yesterday? So to prove something is not there, there's no pramanam. This is what the important point. Therefore, you can never say ever that something does not exist. Because to prove that scientifically, you should have exhausted all the avenues of validation that it actually does not exist. And you cannot do it. Science cannot do it. That's the reason why science is perpetually looking for the truth, because truth does exist. If truth does exist, existence, you are an astika. Tell me, if I ask you, hey, um, Ramesh, do you exist? What do you say? Yes, I do exist. So you are not in this room, and somebody comes and say, does Ramesh exist? No, he doesn't exist because he doesn't see you. Then your thinking is, therefore, I am this body. But then, no, this body is only new because last year my body was different. 10 years back, my body was different. And body is inert, so it cannot be that. See, Nachiketa is asking a question here. It's a nice question, spontaneous question, but he's going to ask the same question differently later. You'll see in the second valley, you'll see how refined he is. Right? Like how Arjuna asked the question, please help me, nobody else do. My legs are trembling, my eyes are sweating. Teach me what to do. Then once you start learning, you see how he's cautious. There are 19 questions Arjuna asked in Bhagavad Gita. And one day maybe you can talk about it. If you take each question, how he progresses in asking it differently. So here he asks a question. So I don't know what is the truth of it. I like to know. Aham vidyam etat. I would like to know this. How? Anusishtaha. Anusishtaha means a beautiful word. Just unconditionally, perpetually taught by you. See, a great student finds the right teacher, and then he asks the right question, and he shows the right response, that he is not afraid to say that he doesn't know it and learn it. And you will never know anything 100%. Veda Antam, the sense, all the knowledge, you have to stop and say, look, hands up, I am giving up now. I don't know. Because if you want to know something, It is limitless. Therefore, I turn back. I am the knower. Therefore, I am knowledge. See, if I say, I have a house, you can very easily say, yeah, okay, you have a possession of a house. Say, I have a book. Yeah, you have a possession of a book. If I say, I am a house, you'll say, check your vocabulary, check your syntax, semantics. You don't say, I am a house. You say, I live in a house. I own a house. You correct me because you know I am wrong. But I say, I am Raja. You'll say, okay. You won't say, I am possessing Raja. No, you are known as Raja. But then if you ask the question, who is this Raja? It is this leg or a head or something. Because once I cut my fingers off, it is fallen on the ground. You say, Raja's finger. It is an object gone away. But if I tell you, I have a knowledge of something, I have a possession of the input. But if I say, I am knowledge, what would he say? You will not come and correct me. No, 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 don't say I am knowledge. Like I am house is wrong, like I am knowledge is wrong. You must say, I have knowledge or I have no knowledge. That's how the grammar should go. But Vedanta will say, no, I am knowledge. This transition is what is needed to understand the answer to this question. Now, is is he doubtful about his existence? Like, even but if you look at the religions, for any religion, for example, in Christianity, in the Bible, John says, look, I am the life and the resurrection. If anybody who believes in me, who lives and believes in me, will not die, he says. And who dies will come to me and they live forever. So in some word, I'm not verbatim. So in that religion, there is eternity of life. Even Islam has got eternity of life. No, they have a temporary gap. You go to a place and you wait for a few years, maybe like a Pitrulokam, and then you get judged, and then you have a Janaha, gardens, 7 different gardens. But they make it perpetual dwelling there. So the understanding that you are not finished, you're not just gone away like that. No, it doesn't happen. You exist. That's giving comfort. I'm not finished product. I'm always existing. Aham asmi. So once I know that, does it not Nachiketas know this? Why is he asking the question? See, if you look at this question, it says some say exist, some say not exist. If he takes one view, not exist, this question will not come because all these boons are wasted time. Because he's asking for a Swarga, Nachiketa Agni, and the Preta is down on the earth, dust to dust, as Bible says, all gone to this. Then why is he asking about the Swarga? So Nachiketa knows there is eternality of this being. But even though knowers say differently, it goes there, it goes here, takes this form. So Nachiketa's interest, even though he didn't ask the question directly, is not about do we exist or not after death. That question is very futile because otherwise you wouldn't have wasted time asking for the Swarga boon. His question is if I do exist or when I do exist after death, what is my form? What is the swarupam of me? That is a question he is asking. So he's saying, Among the boons, Varanam Eshaha Kitavaraha. Third one. So I think I'll stop it here. Maybe it's the next one will be more towards what Yama is going to do, because what he has done now, he has put Yama in a spot and asked him about his own expertise, own domain. Just tell me about what happens after death. That's what I want to know. That's what Nachiketa wants. Let's finish it now. Sorry about the interruption today, here and there, and hopefully it is not the next class. Let's do a Shanti Padam. Om Sakana Vavatu
ॐ सहनावतु
भवतु
Sakanau Punaktu
सहनौ
सहनौ
भुनक्तु
Sagaviryan Karavavakai
सह
सह
वीर्यं
वीर्यं
करवावहै
करवावहै
Tejasvinavadidamastu
तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु
तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु
Ma Vitvishavahai.
मा
मा
विद्विषावहै
विद्विषावहै
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति
शान्ति
शान्ति शान्तिः
शान्तिः
Hari Om Tat Sat.
हरिः
हरिः
ओम्
ओम्
तत्सत्
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Allah.